Sell a $47 course, get 1,000 buyers, and make $47,000. Sounds simple, right? Yeah, except most people are selling courses and literally working themselves into the ground just to scrape together over around like $10,000 a month. And the crazy part is that they think they're doing it right because gurus online are telling them, just sell a course, bro. It's going to be easy money. It's passive income. But here's the thing. To make just $10,000 a month at $47, you would need over 213 new customers every singular month. And I'm not here to tell you courses are dead. They're not. But if you're selling them the way everybody else is, then of course you're going to be setting yourself up to fail. We're going to go over the low ticket promise, the 3 pillars of course failure, the high ticket alternative, the few real advantages that courses actually have, how to actually make one work at the end, and of course the secret example at the end that is going to literally give you the exact frameworks to follow to implement this into your own business. Let's go ahead and start off with the low ticket promise, right? So the low ticket promise, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard this. Sell a $47 course, get 1,000 buyers, make $47,000. Sounds pretty easy, right? But creators buy into this because it feels safer. A small price tag feels like a smaller risk. More people will buy, or so you think. To make just $10,000 a month at $47, you need 213 buyers every single month forever. That's 213 new people buying from you every singular month without refunds, without churn, without dying of burnout, trying to post 24/7. And here's why that math actually doesn't work and why low ticket sounds easy but scales like a goddamn nightmare from somebody who's experienced with scaling this stuff. So these are the 3 pillars of course failure that I see time and time again. And chances are if you are failing with your course or any problem that you're facing with your course is originating from these 3 pillars. And you can probably connect them really quickly here. So watch out. Number 1, the traffic volume problem. You need 10,650 visitors per month just to land 213 buyers at a 2% conversion rate, which is pretty average. For most creators, that's 6 to 12 months of daily content to just get enough eyeballs to even break even. You're not failing because your offer sucks. You're just failing because you don't have 10,000 people seeing it. You're not Iman, you're not TJR, you're not Brez. Cheap buyers still want VIP help. And I'm sure you've experienced this. You'll spend 10 hours literally helping a $47 customer, which means that you're working for like $4.70 an hour. That's half or literally a third of minimum wage sometimes. And 20 to 30% of them will refund anyway because at that price point, people impulse buy and regret it later. Number 3 is platform revenue leak. Gumroad, Teachable, Stripe, all of them take 5 to 10% in fees. If you run ads, that's $20 to $50 per sale. And then you'll literally just be making $10 to $20 of profit per course. Best case. And now you have to get 500 to 1,000 sales every single month just to sniff $10,000 while competing with Mr. Beast for attention. Again, like just imagine this. Most of you guys have maybe 2,000 to 10,000 followers if you're watching this video. On Instagram and maybe on YouTube, you have somewhere in that range of subscribers. You would need your entire Instagram following to buy from you. And you would exhaust this whole following within 10 months if every single one of your followers bought your product. And just to sniff 10K, that's literally all. And info can go way, way, way further than 10K. Trust me on that. And so it's really, really not a good deal when you put it into context and you show it off this bare. Now, we know the exact problem that this deal is just not good, right? But what are we supposed to do? Well, we got to follow the high ticket alternative. And for those of you guys who are still standing hard on your course ground and you're like, I really, really, really want to keep on going with my course, let me just break it down for you even further. Same traffic, different math, okay? Let's say your low ticket has 10,000 views and 2% of people convert, which is pretty decent. That's 200 buyers at $9,400. Okay, you got a good $10,000 a month rolling in. That's a good start for an info business. Contrast that with the high ticket. 10,000 views. If 5% of them opt in, you get 500 leads. 10% of them apply, that's 50 applications. 20% of them book, that is 10 calls. And if 30% of them close, that's 3 sales at $3,000, which is $9,000 total. And this is just on the low end, by the way. My funnels personally that I work with are getting double or even triple this in terms of total conversions. It's insanity when you actually have your funnel dialed in. But this is like the bare minimum, even if you have the worst funnel possible. If you just scrape together information from a few YouTube videos, you'll be able to convert, you'll be able to create something that will convert at this rate. But obviously you will be leaving thousands of dollars on the table. So for those of you guys who don't want to lose that money and actually want to do this right, and you want to implement something like this, you have an existing audience, you're a coach, consultant, or an agency owner with an existing audience, and you want to monetize that audience using an info product that could be a course, that could be a community, and obviously not the course model I'm talking about here, but the actual good course model that I'll be introducing at the end of this video. And you want to make sure that you don't leave money on the table. You know that you have a ton of potential and you don't want to leave that money on the table. I'll leave a link down below for you to click and just check it out. You'll be able to book in a call with either me or one of my team members. So feel free to go and check that link down below. Anyways, back to the video. Now, that means the same revenue, you're getting the same exact revenue, but it's a completely different workload. In one model, you need 200 transactions, 200 clients that you have to manage, 200 product fulfillments, 200 of everything is going to be difficult. Imagine literally taking out the trash 200 times. You would be dead by the end, right? The other only requires 3, which is pretty easy overall, right? Now, the core insight you can take away from this is that high ticket is not just about charging more. It's about filtering for the right buyers and delivering something 10 times better. So it's not just scamming people out of money. You're giving them something that's worth that money. And in return for that, you're getting VIP customers as well. Now, the few real advantages of courses cannot be scoffed at. They're actually pretty good, you know, overall with the few real advantages. But in my own opinion, the cons far, far outweigh the pros in this specific case. So first of all, they're very easy to fulfill. Once they're recorded, the delivery is completely automatic. There's no, scheduling, no calls, no fulfillment headaches at all. And it's a fast cash injection. You can launch, sell, and collect cash in days. There's no long onboarding or service delivery cycle or anything like that. Plus, you have a great proof tool. Courses show what you know. They build authority fast, especially when buyers get quick wins. And, imagine you got into a course, let's say, right? And within the 48 hours that you joined, you already got, maybe the most valuable thing in the course, and you've maybe made another $1,000, right? Let's say you're in your business right now and you made $1,000 a month just implementing a few things that the course told you to implement within the first 48 hours. And this might be literally the most money you make from this course ever, but this has just solidified the fact that you will stay with that course. And so this is what I like to call the 48-hour window of regret. So the regret window is a really interesting concept overall, because the first 48 hours that somebody gets into your product, right? They join up your product, whatever it might be. This is the time where they're going to consider refunding. If they don't refund within this time, I found that literally 90% or 95% of people will just not refund at all until their next billing period. And that's a little bit of a tidbit for you guys. If you want no refunds, I highly recommend implementing only yearly billing. It's going to get you less clients, but it's going to up your LTV by a huge margin. Anyways, again, back to the 48-hour window. So in this 48-hour window, if they cancel here, right, that means, okay, cool, they canceled, they just didn't like the product. But if they don't cancel here, they just stay till the next month's billing period. Monthly billing, right? They stay all the way till the end of the month, okay? In monthly billing. In yearly billing, they'll stay till the end of the year. It's insanity how likely they are to do that. So what I like to do in any offer that I go into is just focus on the 48 hours. Literally like 90% of my focus is most of the time on the first 48 hours. If you can get people to stay within this time, you will get them to stay for the rest of your billing period. So just put as much focus and as much time as possible into making them get the fastest wins within this time. Put in your most valuable resources. Put in literally thousands of dollars of research into this to actually make it properly done. And of course, we have frameworks to maximize the 48-hour refund window for literally all of our clients. So if you are interested in that, again, I'll leave a link down below. But anyways, back into number 4. It's also perfect for audience warm-up. So low friction to buy means that people will test you out and you'll get data and testimonials from those first few people. And that's of course going to be great if you're just trying to warm up your audience, trying to test launch. But if you're trying to make money, it's not going to be really good, right? You're not trying to warm them up. You're trying to get them as hot as a stove. Now, this can also be a launch pad for ascension. So courses pull people into your world and prep them for higher ticket programs, especially when they're low ticket, as we're talking about in this video as well. Maybe, anywhere between $50 to $500, right? If they're anywhere between that, that's a pretty good course for a ascension funnel. Really good. And if you guys want me to make a video about ascension funnels, like I'm thinking about making a video specifically about ascension funnels, how to make people go from $0 all the way up to $10,000 a month, paying you through just tiny micro steps and micro buys. If you would be interested in me making a video about that and how I go about it, you can go ahead and leave that down in the comments. Just write Ascension. So of course, if you are interested in that, just leave that down below in the comments. Now, we know everything about the actual courses, right? We know that they have a few real advantages. We know that they have the low ticket promise. We know the 3 pillars of course failure. We know the high ticket alternative. But how do you actually make one work? If you really want to be stubborn in your seat and you really, really want to make one work, and you know that there's a way to make them work, which there is, then how do you actually follow that? How do you make it work? So listen closely if you have a course or if you already have the infrastructure built out, because I'd highly recommend you implement all these things as fast as physically possible to make your course skyrocket in amount, in terms of just like reducing churn, reducing every single bad metric and increasing every single good metric. Basically, I cover everything right here. So number 1, courses only work long-term when they're not the end product, but the front door. So if you guys have read $100 million money models, this would be an attraction offer. So a course would be a really, really good attraction offer. Here's how. So you can sell your course as an attraction offer. It pulls people in and gives them fast wins, right? That's what I was talking about earlier, the 48-hour buying window. This can extend, by the way, the 48-hour window extends to different products. So what I mean by that, right, is that let's say you buy one product that's $10 and you really got a ton of value from that in the first 48 hours. That 48-hour kind of gratification and that 48-hour built up like trust is going to apply for the rest of that month that you still have before you actually get billed, right? So you can kind of think of the month as a little bit of a reset timer. So you want to give them more and more value every single month. That's your main goal. But if you have a monthly billing period and you have a $10 thing, they're way more likely to actually purchase if the first 48 hours of buying this specific product is really good. So let's say you offer them a $100 one after this product. Again, they're way more likely to buy this $100 one if they actually got a ton of value within the first 48 hours. And if they got a ton of value from the first 48 hours, they have like a 90% chance to actually upsell. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration. They have like a 50% chance to even upsell. And this is on the higher end, obviously, but I'm not promising that your funnel is going to be like this. If you actually implement everything I'm saying, I'd say you could get up to the 10, 20, 30, 40% mark eventually, right? But anyways, back to how to actually make one work. Now, include the access to a recurring cost community for a limited time. So like 30 to 90 days free and then monthly or yearly. Now, the reason we do this is just because of a few main reasons. First of all, we want them to have a little bit more value stacking within the course so they feel like they're getting more from the main purchase, so we can charge more initially, right? So we can charge more initially. Also, the second thing we want from here is we want to have them feel FOMO. So what does that mean? We want them to feel the fear of missing out of the community. Now, they obviously won't feel the FOMO at first because they don't even care about the community. But once they've joined the community, they're in there, they're like with their friends, whatever. They make some friends in there, they make some connections. They're in there, they've been kind of assimilated into the ecosystem after like 30 to 90 days, right? Then if we just suddenly kick them out, right? Like we kick them out completely, then they're going to feel that intense amount of FOMO. Like, wait, what are they doing in the community without me? If they got genuine value from this community, they're going to be feeling so much FOMO, which is going to make them way, way more likely to actually buy back and recur on the community. Again, recur on the community. And the third point, this flows really well into the third point, which is that now we get recurring revenue with that community as well. So they've joined and now they've tried it out as a free trial. That's also one point. They also tried it out as a free trial. They then feel that FOMO, that fear of missing out of the community. And so they just keep on refreshing and they keep on buying over time. And now we've got a monetary offer that they keep on buying over time. And this is what we call a continuity offer within the $100 million Money Models book as well. And the continuity offer in this case will be the community. Again, the main flaw within the main course funnel that 90% of people are doing is that you need 200 people every single month to keep on buying from you. That is not a problem anymore when you actually implement this system, when you implement that free community or paid community system. It's a huge add-on to the main course as well. And you could even remove the main upfront cost, which would make it an insane offer, obviously, but I'd highly recommend you don't do that because then you're going to get bad quality leads. Community gives recurring revenue and it gives buyers a reason to stay engaged after finishing the course, because that's the inherent way that info works. If you finish the course, if you learn something, you're not going to go back and keep on paying for it if you've already learned it. That's just dumb. So you need to give them a reason to keep paying for it, which most of the time this comes from the aspect of community or the aspect of just getting value from other people, connecting, whatever it might be, right? Now, here's why this works. The course gives you the cash injection, right? That's the best part about courses, right? We get that cash injection, fast cash injection. Then the community gives you stability and retention, mitigating the main huge drawback of courses. Instantly, we've made the course model insanely good already. Then you stop chasing 213 new buyers every month. The recurring layer smooths your income and compounds over time. So this time you actually have a business instead of just a very, very garbage job. Now, here's some ways to grow it. Add price increases over time. So start low to validate, then raise the price and raise the entry fee once you've actually got proof. So when you've got walls and walls of social proof, you raise slowly. Offer add-on features as well, like advanced trainings, guest workshops, or templates. These can stack into the community as bonuses. And a guy that really does this very, very well is Nick Sarayev. I'm not sure if you guys know who this guy is, but he's in the AI automation space. He's really good at what he did. His school community, he always raises the price regularly, and he has many add-on features using the school community's features, right? So he's always adding on more and more features that make it extremely enticing for people to join. And by the way, that is not our example at the end. There's actually another example that is actually crushing this way, way better than even him. Now, give members only perks as well, early access to calls, private Q&As, or direct access to you. So a good way to implement this would be kind of like a level up system. So if you stay for 2 months, you get this perk. If you stay for 3 months, you get this perk. If you stay for 4 months, you get this perk. And obviously, I've kind of info dumped on you throughout this whole video at this point. You've gotten all this information, but I'm sure 90% of you guys don't even remember 90% of the information. So let's go over an example, right? This is literally the perfect example of exactly what this is, how to implement it in full detail. Like, you just need to copy this exact framework and you will be able to implement this into your own business. It's insanity. So let's start off. This example comes from Iman Gaji. So he has 2.3 million followers, obviously, on Instagram. And the main thing we're talking about here is Digital Launchpad. Digital Launchpad is Iman's whole core/community aspect of his product suite. So he gives you about $47 a month. It's recurring revenue. And the main thing he's crushing with this is the level up system. As you can see, you start off as an apprentice, you unlock the essential programs, blah, blah, blah. By month 2, you get access to the 8-figure network. Then you master all areas of your life. You bundle lifestyle programs. So again, this is a really good way to do this as well. If you don't want to get on calls, you can just say you will unlock XYZ course after 3-4 months, right? And make them very, very attractive. And then join monthly calls with Iman Gaji in month 4. These are extremely enticing offers that Iman's giving away here just for $47 a month. But if you think about it really, by getting them to stay for literally nothing just to get these level ups, right? A lot of people will just stay to get these specific level ups. They won't even like anything maybe in week 1, maybe in month 1 they don't like it, maybe in month 2 they don't like it, maybe in month 3 they don't like it, but maybe they want the calls in month 4, so they stay for month 4. They pay more and more and more money, so they've already given you $200 just by staying till month 4, or it's like 180, whatever the math is on that. It's $180 that they've already given you, so that's a pretty mid-ticket price, right? But the thing with Iman as well is that he implemented a system where when somebody wants to get to the top level, which is like Emperor or whatever, where you can stay for a year or 2 years, then he actually just wants you to go and pay for the yearly subscription, because he knows the insane cut on churn that you will get with the yearly subscription. So what he does is that when you pay for the yearly subscription, you get extra bonuses and etc., stuff like that, right? You get extra bonuses, you get extra perks and features that a lot of people don't have access to, but you get them because you're in the yearly program, right? Now we're back on the Miro board, and I almost forgot to talk about a really important thing. Iman is always trying to upsell you into monetize. And you'll notice this throughout the entire Digital Launchpad experience. Why is this? Because Iman is a wizard at ascension funnels in general. Ascension funnel meaning going from 0 to low ticket to mid ticket to high ticket. And he's trying to get you to go from Digital Launchpad. This is his entry offer as well. And he's using this really, really well. So he uses this as an entry offer and a nurturing offer. So he nurtures and gets you to enter through the Digital Launchpad. And I'm assuming that literally 60-70% of people that join Digital Launchpad and get to the Emperor rank or anywhere after 6 or 12 months, they probably upsell to monetize. It's insanity how many people are able to upsell into monetize, because Iman just structures it so well. And I've broken down his entire funnel in multiple videos, and I've not specifically broken down this one though. So he has a really, really well built out ascension funnel. He's using the courses to its full potential. It's full of nurturing because it's hours and hours of course content. So why wouldn't you use that to upsell your offers? You're going to do it anyways in your content, so you might as well do it in your course and your product as well. All right, so that was the entire breakdown of courses in general, the low ticket promise, the pillars of course failure, the high ticket alternative and why it's so much more attractive, the few real advantages and why courses should actually not be crapped on as much as they are, how to make one actually work instead of following all the bullcrap advice that's out there, and of course a perfect example of what a good course would look like. Obviously not perfect, but a really good example of what a good course being run would look like. So anyways, if you are interested in working with me to implement something like this into your own business, a course, a community, a ascension funnel, whatever it might be, into your own coaching business, if you have an existing one, you can help me if you want to get help scaling that. If you don't have an existing one and you just want to implement a new info product and monetize your existing audience, fair warning, I do only work with people who have existing audiences on social media. This could be on any social media, but I only work with those people. If you are, if you fit that bill, if you are interested in this, go ahead and check the link down below. I'll leave one down below the video. You can book in a call with me or one of my team members and we'll be able to go ahead and talk. You're going to get a ton of value from this call either way, even if we do work together or not. It really does not matter. We're going to point you in the right direction, even if we see that you're not even a fit on the call. We'll still point you in the right direction, give you some great advice on how exactly you can go forward in your coaching business, in your funnel, how to move forward in your content, whatever it might be. Just feel free to go and check that link down below if you are interested in something like this. And of course, only if you are interested in monetizing an existing audience with an info product or scaling up an info product with an existing audience. Anyways, if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to watch another one of my videos, go ahead and check this one out right here because YouTube thinks that you'll like it. If you want to watch the whole funnel breakdowns playlist with upwards of $100,000 worth of sauce, you can go and check that out right down below my face cam down here. And of course, if you do want to go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, which I would appreciate, it does support the video, it makes the video do better. I'd appreciate it. Go ahead and click that subscribe button down in that corner down below. And of course, the like button down below the video. Hoping to see you in this next video. Goodbye.